Hey y'all, so before I get this video started, let me give a quick shout out. These were the first 3 comments in my last video. If you want to be featured in my next video, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell and come show me some love when I drop a new video. What's up, you guys? It's KeAmber Vaughn, aka CoachKe, coming back to you with another video. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and also tap the bell so that you are notified of every new video that I post. So as you guys can tell by the title of this video, in the spirit of trying to make a comeback to YouTube and be consistent, I am coming with my December budget. And just like my previous budget, which I believe the last one was in June, I'm doing more of a sit down, and I'm actually going to insert screenshots of my actual planner because I liked that process a lot better than actually recording while I'm trying to write things out, because I always forget things. I always do. So first things first, I do not have a calendar page for this particular month because this was one of the defective planners that the company sent me. So I don't have a left side of my calendar page. Oh, let me make this formal announcement because I did see a comment on my last video asking me if I was selling my planners again. They are back up on the website. I put them back up a couple of months ago because someone actually ordered 3 of them. And because of that, I did go ahead and put it back on the website. So this is my formal announcement. I don't know how many I have left. They're probably like under 15 possibly. I'm not quite sure, but I will be selling these until they sell out. And then from there, I will make a decision as far as whether I will continue selling planners or not. So just stay tuned for that. Now, as you guys know, my budget planner is a lot different from others because I budget in a very meticulous way. First thing that is not actually in my planner. So with December, I do have 5 paydays. I get paid every Friday still. And so I get paid on the 3rd, 10th, 17th, 24th, and 31st. Now, because December 31st is still a December pay date, I do count that for my December budget. So that means that my budget for this month is gonna go 35 days instead of 28. So it'll be from December 3rd to January 6th. So typically I work 2 shifts a week, but there are 2 weeks this month where I will not be working 2 shifts a week. I've been having scheduling issues at my job for the last couple of months, to be honest with you. Long story short, we have individuals at our job who are med techs, which they basically took like a 10-hour class at the facility, passed meds to a couple people, and now they are med techs. Which is great when we don't have nurses around or just to kind of help out the nurse if the nurse is busy. However, I've been having scheduling issues where they were allowing them to take nursing shifts, like RN nursing shifts. Even LPNs can take RN shifts, but you guys get the point. They were allowing non-licensed personnel to take licensed shifts before actual licensed people, and then they wouldn't move them out of the way for the licensed person. It's just a whole hot mess, but I think we're bending the corner and we're getting that fixed. So one of the weeks where I'm only working 1 shift instead of 2, I know that that was the issue. The other one, it just took me an extra couple days. Like, I had totally forgot that she sent me the schedule, and by then an actual nurse ended up taking one of the shifts that I wanted. So typically in 5 weeks I would work 10 shifts, but I'm only working 8 instead. Now the good thing is my pay is going to change as of December 15th, but because I don't know what those checks are going to look like, I'm just going based off of my old pay. Makes sense? So the total amount that I am estimating to earn in December is $2,938.64. But when I add the amount from YouTube, I think it was $127, I take out 20% and put it in a tax account. So I ended up adding $101.88 to that. So that means that my total income that I believe that I should be earning in December is $3,040.52. As far as my fixed expenses go, like I told you guys in the last video, I do have a couple of expenses that have been added now. So with rent, you guys know I put $75 off to the side every single week. So because this is a 5-week paycheck month, I will have an extra $75 that'll be put off to the side. That's okay. It just builds up in that account. I do have dental insurance and health insurance. Those stayed the same. My car insurance did go up. I think before it was what, 60, maybe like $65, $62.49. Now it's $86.93. We don't really know why the insurance went up, but it did. So that's that. I do pay for QuickBooks now because I'm tired of stressing myself out at the end of the year, trying to get all my documents together and put everything in Excel spreadsheets for my tax preparer or tax consultant. So because of that, I do have QuickBooks. I have the one for self-employed, and then I have the online one for my business because those are a little bit separate things. I also, like I told you guys, due to a health scare that I had a couple of months ago, I do have 2 MyChart bills for $102.74 and $50. And then I do have Sunbit. Sunbit is only going to be in here for 3 months. I basically had to pay like almost $600 for my new glasses, which are still not in yet. I am legally blind without my contacts and glasses. So because of that, it costs a lot of money. And because I have great credit, I was able to finance it for 0% interest. All I had to do was pay like a $20-something down payment, and then $177.65 for 3 months, and I'm done. So I did go ahead and finance that. So I guess I'm back in debt, whatever. So that's that. So all of my fixed expenses come out to be $918.98. The last time you guys saw me, I think my monthly was only like $600 and something. So it's gone up a couple $100, but it'll be going back down once those medical things are paid back off. So if we take the income that I'm projecting to make, $3,040.52, I subtract the amount for my fixed expenses, that leaves me with $2,121.54 left over to not only pay for my variable expenses, but also to put money into savings, which, as you guys know, once I reached my goal of saving $50,000, I stopped saving. But because I don't know what I want to do with the extra money in my budget every month, right now it's just sitting in this account. So it's still savings, but not really, because eventually I'm gonna figure out where it's gonna go. So of that, I need $1,575 for my variable expenses. Here is the breakdown. So for groceries, I have $625. I basically just did $125 a week, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, $125 a week. I know that I did spend a little bit more than that this week, but that's because I had to get some extra like one-time things that I only have to buy like once a month, once every couple of months. Personal household, I went down to 100. I actually have been ordering African black soap, like this cleanser, from someone who I know through the credit repair industry. She has her own personal care company. So I am now not using as many items like on my skin. So the price of the personal care items that I've been paying for are drastically reduced, essentially. So I only need $100 for that. Probably won't even spend that much. Restaurants, I did $25 a week, so that'll be $125. Gas, I did $100 because I don't even know the last time I filled up my tank. I'm not sure, but I do know that I still have like a little bit less than half of a tank. So I should be okay with filling up twice, which it takes about $50 or so, more like $45 to fill up my tank. I have an 18.5 gallon tank. So we'll do $100 there. Shopping. So shopping, this category is $350 because of course Christmas is coming up. I am not a gift person. I don't care to get gifts. I don't care to give gifts, but because I know people will give me gifts, you know, like my aunts and uncles and stuff like that, that is why I participate in Christmas. Otherwise I don't really care. I have bought things for my niece and nephews. I just feel like at this point, Christmas is for kids. I guess like the older I get, I just don't care. It's like I'm grown. If I wanted something, I would buy it myself. I don't need you to get it, but you know, whatever. So what I did was I made a list of everybody. I have purchased things for the kids already, and I just still need to buy gifts for other people. Some of the people are just gonna get cash because that's just how I am. So of the $350, I only need about $300 of that. So I just kept $50 for myself in case there's something that I personally need to give. Miscellaneous, I have $100. I probably won't end up using that. Supplements, I have $75. My supplements did go down because one of my probiotics that I get every 60 days, I actually found that I think I like the probiotics that are the pearls that you can buy from like Target and stuff. I think I like that better than the ones that I was taking prior, even though the probiotics have less I guess you could say like the probiotic, the lactobacillus, I think it is. I think it has less in this one, but I think the way that the pill is coated makes it to where it's more effective. I don't know, we'll see. I've only been using it like 2 months maybe, so we'll see about that. And then for business, I did $100 because I do know that my second phone line that is on my phone for business, that is going to come out, I think, January 6th, and that's $99.99. So I just made it an even number of $100. I really should have put it under the fixed expenses since it is a yearly fixed expense. But by the time I had finished this column, I was like, shoot, I forgot it. Let me just make sure that it's at least somewhere. So that's how I came up with the $1,575. So based on that, my net income, the $2,121.54. What I need for my variable expenses is 75% of that amount. I really don't like it being that high, but remember, I am gonna be short on my income 2 full days, which is like $700 plus. It's more like probably almost $750 that I'm missing out of my budget. But that's fine, it's no big deal. And then on top of that, you got Christmas gifts. So without those two, like if I actually worked as many hours as I'm supposed to this month and Christmas was not here, or at least did some kind of shopping like in previous months, I would have about $1,000 that's left over in my budget instead of just $530. So as far as savings go, 25% is $530.39 plus the $25.46 that I took out for taxes for YouTube, and that leaves me there. Now, if you guys, I'll go ahead and go through my sinking funds and stuff. Mini emergency fund, you guys know that $3,000 for me is a mini emergency fund. Now, my current emergency fund has $3,873.36. Some of that is for like overage on rent, like because I've been doing this now for a while, so that extra $75 every couple of months has added up. And then I think it was something else, I'm not really sure, but either way, that's how much is in there right now. So part of that is what I keep in there for rent. Let's see, technically the day that I did this, no, I did take out the money for rent by then. Yeah, so that's that. The true emergency fund for me is $12,000. I have not added anything else to that since it hit $12,000. So my beginning balance is going to be $12,034.54. Where you see investment funds scratched out, that's like that extra pool of money. I told you I don't know what I want to do with it. So thus far, even though I've been spending money out of that, like for instance, if I spent something on my car or anything like medical outside of like this My Chart stuff, which it hasn't been very much, what I end up doing is I take the money from that pool of money and I reimburse myself back into that sinking fund. But so far we're still at almost $5,000, which is pretty cool. So that means that based on the numbers from the last video that I made with how much money that I saved during this time that I have not been budgeting, I still saved the majority of it. I didn't spend, you know, the majority of it, so that's good. Travel fund is a beginning balance of $5,326.96. Last month I did go ahead and book a flight to Texas for February. And I actually didn't even take it out of the travel fund. I just, what's the point of taking it out just to reimburse it back? Like, I just didn't feel like doing that process because I didn't feel like budgeting then. So I just went ahead and I paid it right out of the current budget that I was in instead. My tax sinking fund is starting at $5808.40. My miscellaneous / investment sinking fund is starting out at $11,142.05. Car sinking fund is $10,029.05, and then medical sinking fund is $4,212.19, and that is it. So the last thing that I did go ahead and do, I did go ahead and do my budget by paycheck, like the overview that I always do in my monthly budget. So as you guys can see, I'm negative in 2 different weeks. The second week, because that's the week where I'm gonna be short like $350 plus on my income. So because of that, I am negative that week. The other thing is, you guys can see like in the different places that I have the budget, the numbers are drastically different. So what I did was, For the budget for the first week, I already spent like probably almost $50 a couple of days ago on stuff for my nephew for Christmas. So I added that to the $235 that I need every week for my budget. For the second week, because I only spent $50 that first week out of the $300 that I set aside for Christmas, I basically added that extra $250 to the $235 for the second week. And I also did something else. No, that was it. The $235 plus the $250 equals the $485. Because we're almost at the end of this week. My week ends on Thursday and I have to work Wednesday and Friday. So I'll probably do the most of my shopping this coming weekend. The third week, I'm positive, so we're good there. The fourth week, I'm positive. You guys will see that the savings has a line through it, and that's because I didn't include the entire amount from the YouTube check when I calculated the income for that week, but I still wanted to put somewhere, you know, kind of document that I do need to save that money. And then the last week, again, my check is gonna be a little bit short. So that is why I am negative that week, but it's okay. So sometimes when you're negative, you might wanna move bills around. But the good thing is, because my very first week, I'm positive that week, as long as, you know, I control my spending, that will carry me over and carry me for that really negative week the following week. And just having a negative week the last week doesn't really matter, as long as you've been taking care of business the first couple of weeks of the month and you have enough overage to carry you over, which I do. So you guys can see that the breakdown of the amount I have left over every week, that gives me a total of $546.54 plus the amount from YouTube. And then on the right hand side, I just have how much is in that pool of money in case I need to take something out, something's added in like interest or, you know, whatever the case may be. I'm still not sure if I'm going to save money on a weekly basis, like go full blown into the type of budgeting that I was doing before. I do know that this month I want to track my expenses on my expense tracker. Not sure if I'm gonna do like weekly budgets like I normally do. I think I need to work my way back into that. So if I don't save on a month or on a weekly basis, that's okay, as long as I save towards the end of the month. But I'm at least kind of trying to work my way back into full-blown budgeting. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. Please thumbs up this video, subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.